Hello, class, and everybody. It is Wednesday, Weird Wednesday. So I started with uh, Donald Duck, Han Solo, frozen in carbonite because it's cold today. We'll get back to him. Maybe he'll thaw out if it's nice and cold. So, what you'll need is this. I recommend M81, which is here, and you'll also need to have these. Whoopsie. You'll need these uh, numbers, the flashcards, and you're going to go through them. You're going to write them all down. There's 20. Okay? All right. Hopefully that worked. So what I did was I wrote them down on the side over here, and from the easiest to the most difficult, the ones down here are for some of us hard to do with mental math. 4/5 minus 2/3. That's not a fourth grade standard. But I'm going to show you some shortcuts so you can figure these out. All right, I'll give Donald time to thaw out over there. Sorry, it started raining. Your easiest ones are the ones that have no numbers. Sorry, no symbols. The line means it's medium. A dot means difficult. So I'm going to do, the simple ones, 1/2 plus 1/2. I don't think you need me for that. But just in case, 1/2 plus 1/2. You could say 2/2, or you could just say 1. So when you do the flashcard and you click the space bar, that's going to be the answer. So let's try a medium one. How about 1/4 plus 3/8? Well, 1/4 doesn't have to stay 1/4. If you have 3/8, you can turn the 1/4 into some eighths. You can double the numerator and the denominator, and if you double the numerator and denominator, now it's not 1/4 anymore. If you double 1, now it's 2. And if you double 4, now that's 8. And then you can add 2/8 plus 3/8 that you already had. So when you hit the space bar on that, you're going to find that 1/4 plus 3/8 will give you this answer. All right. So Donald, like that, he's starting to thaw out. I don't know if you can tell, but he's starting to thaw out. All right, what else? So let's do one where we have to change both numbers. So this actually, I think this is a dot, not a line. This is difficult. 3/4 minus 2/3. 3/4, you can't subtract 2/3 from it because they're different denominators. And like we talked about in room 201, the denominator is the boss of the fraction. So both of those have to change to fractions that have the same denominator. And I know my 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 3, 6, 9, 12. Aha, 12. So some of you might remember that 3/4. If you triple everything, triple that, it's 12. Triple this, it's that. So I have that fraction done. And 2/3 can become a 12th also. But I don't triple everything because I'm trying to get to 12. Instead, I quadruple everything. And if you quadruple, you multiply by what number? You say 4? Uh-huh. That's what I thought you said. So that's going to be 8, I think. Except no, it's not add. What is it? Subtract. All right, so 9/12 minus 8/12 leaves you with this. Almost nothing. It's a unit fraction. That's not nothing. All right, so now we have this, 1/4 plus 3/8, and 1/4 is not 1/4 all the time. It could be this. And that plus this is 5/8. And down here we have one where it's 3/4 becomes 9/12, 2/8 became 8/12. So the main thing to remember is fractions don't have to stay the fractions they are. They can either be a bigger fraction or a smaller fraction. Speaking of changing fractions, there's one that really, really appealed to me. I think it's this one. Yeah. So if you haven't done this flashcard yet, it's 2/4 minus 4, I think that's a 4, 4/10. Now the thing I like about this is it almost fooled me. I almost did this. 40 So 4 times 10 is 40, and 2 times 10 is 20. And then I would do all this times 4. That's how fourth grade me used to do stuff, is make everything go real big. So this times 4 is 40. That times 4 is 16. And then I go, that minus that is 4 40ths. And then done, teacher. And the teacher would say, no, that's not simplest form. But here, ignore that for a second. Hopefully you remember that 2/4 is the same as a half. And if you're trying to deal with 4/10, I know a half of 10 is 5. So even though you can't turn 4 into 10, hopefully you know that 2 is half of 4 and 5 is half of 10. So this became this number. Then I don't have to change 4/10, that's just 4/10. And then 5/10, which is the same as 2/4, which is the same as 1/2, minus 4/10 equals 1/10. And then if you remember, fourth grade me thought, oh, 4 40ths. Well, if you simplify that, divide both numbers by 4, you get 1/10. So these are some of the fractions from the Quizlet set. Quizlet set, oh, I think I called it Quizlet set M81. And look, all that math, we used our brains, and our warm brains thought out Han Solo. He's no longer in carbonite. And he doesn't sit well. He stands pretty well, though. All right. Hope you all are doing okay. Han Solo says bye-bye.